Hi folks, this is Jenks with the Trading Floor, and today we're back looking at the ORB's retest entry on EU during the London session. We're 3 months into testing this combo, and even though it's only a little better than break even so far, we're going to continue on and get at least 6 months worth of data. Quick refresher on the rules. We're looking for price to trade outside of the opening 15-minute range. Once it does, we'll set a limit order at the price's midline. We'll use the opposite side of the range from the breakout as the stop loss for the order, and we'll set a 3R take profit. If our order doesn't get filled by 5 a.m., we'll go ahead and cancel it and just move on to the next day. Lastly, we're taking at most 1 trade per session with this entry model. So, as is tradition with some of these videos, it feels like day one, I'm sure anybody who's a returning viewer just noticed that this is a loss right off the bat. So, I guess, April 1st, April Fool, I'm the fool today. But that's okay. We just mark it up and then take the loss and move on to the next day. All right. This unfortunately looks like another loss. We have our breakout there and we get tagged in over here, but it does go on to lose. So mark this down. It's okay. And we just continue on to the next day. All right, we have the bearish breakout right here. And then it retraces and tags us in over here. And we take our loss right there. So not a great start to April, but that's okay. With the 3R take profit, it's really easy to just make everything back with just a couple of wins. So let's keep going and see how we do. So we break out right here. And then unfortunately, we just never get tagged in. So even though we break out right here, price never comes back to that midline to get us involved. So this unfortunately is just what I would refer to as a no fill day or just a no entry day. So we move on to the next day, the second week. We have our breakout right here. And price doesn't quite come back to the midline, unfortunately, during the session. So this looked like a good opportunity for us to make some of that back, but unfortunately, price just never gave us that exact entry that we're looking for. So we move on to the next one. So similarly, we break out right here. We would place our limit order right at the midline, and price just isn't coming back to us. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. It's actually worse than we originally anticipated, folks. We break out right here, and we get tagged for a loss. So that's okay. Not the kind of action you want after, not getting filled for a few days, but it's part of the process. So we move on to the next day. Okay, so we break out right here. We get tagged in right there. And we get our first win of the day. Our first win of the month, rather, sorry. Okay. Mark this down with a highlighter. And then let's go check out the next day. Okay. So let's see if this comes back far enough to give us a tag. It doesn't quite look like it does. Maybe it's super close. Gosh. This looks like it's on the midline and tags us in. So let's count it. All right. So there's another win. And just like that, most of our losses are already recouped, which feels great. So we take our wins and we take our losses and we just go on to the next day and see how we do at the end of the month. So let's see. We break out right here and then never come back for a retest, unfortunately. It's okay. All part of it. We go on to the next one. All right. We're back here on Monday. And it looks like it's another no fill, no tag day. So we don't get filled by 5 a.m. So we go ahead and cancel the order and just move on to the next day. So let's see, this looks like it gives us an entry. So we break out right here, place our order at the midline, get tagged in right there, stop loss below the opposite side, go for 3R take profit, and score another win. Not bad. This is starting to feel like it might be a positive month. Definitely very close to break even. And just like that, we walk face first into a loss. So we break out here, we get tagged in all the way over here. That's quite all right. It's okay, all part of the system. Move on to the next day. Looks like we have another loss, unfortunately. So we just making sure we don't break out bullishly there. So we break out bearishly right here. We get tagged in over here and take our loss right here. I'll mark this off and then go on to the last day of this week. So we break out right after the range is formed, but I don't think we make it back, unfortunately. Yeah, so no entry for us on this day, and we just get a little bit of a long weekend, I guess. So come back for the Monday session. Breakout happens here, but no tag at all throughout the day, unfortunately. So it's okay. We move on to the next day. And unfortunately, this looks like it's going to be a loss for us, just a really bad ranging day. This is probably like a news day or something. But yeah, we break out bullishly first. So we mark our position there, tagged in, lose right away. Mark the loss with the highlighter. And we move on. Looks like we get our nice bottom here. We get the top of the range, we break out. We'll say that we probably, we don't know if we get tagged in on the candle that it actually breaks out on, but we definitely get tagged in, way back here. So we'll say that, bearish presence probably happens first just because of the direction of the candle, and that we probably get tagged in over here, and that's fine either way. So either way, we get tagged, we end up winning this position, and we'll mark it out. We'll move on to the next day. It will take that win anytime. This looks, unfortunately, like a no tag scenario. We break out right here, but we never come back to this midline. So even try a little bit later on in the morning, but we just don't make it. So it's okay. Just go on to the next day. This looks like a bad ranging day. They unfortunately tear up this variation on the orb strategy, where you're kind of chasing the big profits. Ranging days can be good if you're just trading breakouts, and you're going for like short take profits, kind of like a half an R, or just like a 1 risk to reward take profit. Your ranging days can sometimes benefit you in those types of scenarios, but generally speaking, if you're playing the breakout style, the ranging days can sometimes be like really great winners for you. If you're playing the retest style, the ranging days almost always just destroy you. And it's probably one of the single biggest reasons why I have the only take 1 trade per session day with this retest version of the strategy. So kind of talking throughout this day, but we have a nice little winner here. We break out bullishly right here, about 325, and then get our little tag over here about an hour later. So we'll mark this down. Is our winner, and then we'll continue on to the next day. Speaking of the ranging days that we were, just talking about, we have one right here, and take our loss right away. It's fine. Mark this out. Just want to make sure I marked the highlighter for the win yesterday. It's good. I think I do that like once per video where I just have to double check that I marked the highlighter on the previous day. So, all right, this looks like an unfortunate loser day. No big deal. Take our loss right there. Mark it with the highlighter and move on. Actually, I think that's it, right? Yeah. So let's zoom out and tally it all up. So we're up here on the 15-minute chart. It just makes tallying everything up that little bit more easy and quicker and more seamless. So let's just dive right in. We start off the month 0-1. We go 0-2, 0-3, 0-4, 1-4, 2-4, 3-4, 3-5, 3-6, 3-7, 4-7, 4-8, 5-8, 5-9, and 5 and 10. So 5 and 10 is 15 minus 10 is 5R. It's not bad. Not too bad at all. So yeah, we are definitely making up for the first quarter here and kind of surging into profitability with this version of the strategy, which always feels good. It feels good anytime that you kind of have a slow quarter or a slow month to just kind of turn it around and have a nice good month like this. So I know this kind of looks like it sucks in terms of win percentage, but you just have to remember with 3R strategies, it's almost more about the mental resilience to stick with it through the bad weeks or the bad months or through the loss streaks, because the very high profit margin that you get from chasing a 3R as opposed to just something like the 0.5R that we use on a different entry model really kind of makes up for a lot of those losses. So it's just another approach for the opening range break strategy. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you leave a like, a comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.